Hey everyone, it's BigSmoons with a Platinum Review, where I talk about the games that I have the Platinum Trophy or 100% on and what it took to get there. I also review the games based on the amount of fun I had. What if the Nazis had access to overwhelmingly advanced weapons during World War II and won the war? It's time to fight back as BJ Blazkowicz as you take down the regime, one evil Nazi at a time. Let's get started. Wolfenstein: The New Order acts as a reboot for the series. The original game, Castle Wolfenstein, released in 1981. The New Order was developed by Machine Games and released in 2014. There have been several releases scattered in between the original and this one, and a few after this one. Prior to this game, I had heard of Wolfenstein, but never played any of the titles. I have also not played any of the Wolfenstein games released after this one. Wolfenstein: The New Order harkens back to the origins of first-person shooters, and it has every right to, as Wolfenstein 3D from 1992 is seen as one of the earliest first-person shooter games. This game has armor and health pickups with a little indicator to show how much you have remaining. This differs from the majority of first-person shooters today that have you regenerate health or shields by avoiding damage for a short while or by using a healing item in your inventory. The story kicks off on an airplane during World War II. You are BJ Blazkowicz of the United States Special Forces, and you are about to air raid the compound of Nazi scientist Death's Head with your team. This initial assault is great. You're introduced to the main mechanics and weapons that you will use throughout. A choice must be made at the end of the opening chapter. There is a trophy associated with making each choice, so you might as well just choose how you feel the first time. From here, you must strike back at the Nazi army. You'll work with the resistance group to assault your enemies, loaded with grenades and guns. You have a mission to complete, and specifically, that mission is to kill everything in your path. The game is a typical first-person shooter affair. You're dropped off at the start of each level, and must navigate to the end while killing enemies. There are some interesting encounters, but nothing out of the ordinary. The branching storyline that stems from the choice at the beginning is an interesting take on the norm for the genre though. I give Wolfenstein: The New Order an 8 out of 10 for fun. It's a solid first-person shooter and a fun one. It may be lost in a sea of other shooters if you play a lot of them, but I don't, so it feels good to dive into one that handles well. The story isn't stunning, and the weapons and cutscenes aren't amazing, but for a first-person shooter, the mechanics are more important and it handles them well. Killing Nazis is a staple of video games because it's easy to villainize them, and it's easy to mow them down and not feel bad. Let's talk trophies. There are 51 trophies to nab here. 7 of these will come naturally as there is 1 for one of the choices, 1 for beating the game, and 5 for completing other missions throughout. Replay the chapter where you make a choice and choose the other one for another trophy. There is a trophy in the opening of the game that requires you to shoot down enemy planes before they shoot down your allies. This shouldn't be too difficult and it's very easy to restart if you need to. There are some collectibles you have to grab. These take the form of gold items, letters, and Enigma code pieces. You do have to use the Enigma code pieces to solve a puzzle for the associated trophies. The game has a great checklist system that shows you how many of each collectible are in each level. So follow a guide, and if you miss one, check the list to find where you missed out. You have to complete the game on the hardest difficulty, which is called Uber. I actually love the different difficulty names here and the image that goes along with each of them. Uber is a decent hurdle to have to get over, but it isn't impossible. Make use of stealth and cover and you should be fine. There was an exploit at one time that may still be in the game. You beat the game on any difficulty and then replay the final chapter on Uber. Once you beat it, you will get the associated trophy. I'm not sure if this still works, but it is an option if you're here for the trophies the fast way. Finally, the most intensive and numerous trophies come from the form of in-game challenges from the perk system. There are 4 categories of perks: stealth, tactical, assault, and demolition. Each perk category has 8 levels, and each level is a trophy. You're looking at 32 trophies for obtaining these perks, and the perks make the game easier. It's really a win-win system. None of these challenges are particularly difficult, and the game saves progress even if you die or restart checkpoints. Some examples are stealth kills with silent weapons or throwing knives, headshots with different guns or kills while sliding, or grenade kills. Look through these and try to knock them out as you play through the game. Working your way through Uber difficulty while grabbing collectibles and filling out your perks will have you netting this platinum in no time. Wolfenstein: The New Order is a fun first-person shooter with an interesting take on World War II. The trophies come fast, and the game isn't terribly long. Because of that, I recommend you get that platinum. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll be churning out more videos just as fast as I can make them. Like it, subscribe to it. The videos will come all the same. As always, be good to yourself.